I see coming over. I hate that bitch. I hate her. I hate that fucking bitch. I fucking hate that fucking bitch. I fucking hate her. Hey guys. Oh, hi, Stanky. I didn't know you guys were here. Yeah, we just got here. I hate that fucking bitch.
Oh my god.
Nice, Stacey.
This shit is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Shenanigans podcast. I'm Michelle.
I'm Latin like the language, bitches.
I mean to my screen, but I'm Claudia.
That's Claudia.
I was in the middle of chewing. I'm
This
gonna stop. That was delicious.
This podcast is sponsored by.
Oh, we probably should have prepared that. We usually prepare beforehand. This podcast is sponsored by Cheez-Its in Arizona.
I'm like, you usually make it up the second I ask you. Either way,
No.
like every.
Oh, wait, I got
the
one.
couple
I got
times
one.
we've done it,
I got one.
I'm
I got
like,
one.
what should we do for
I
a
got one.
sponsor? And you
I got one.
immediately.
I got one. I got one. This podcast is sponsored by Menon.
The fuck?
By Menon. There are people my age that will laugh at that. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Let's move on.
How old are you? How old are you, Lion? You're 25, right?
Yeah.
I'm 23. We both just went dead silent.
32.
Whatever, man.
Don't know.
Okay, first off, what the fuck happened to your arm? Claudia has like the grossest. Don't.
Yeah, right. It looks
It'll pull it
like
off.
Grossest shit on her
it looks
arm.
like that whatchamacallit Requiem for a Dream.
There's a volcano right there.
It's a volcano.
You pop it, it'll erupt.
Yeah. What'd
It'll
you
like-
do?
Is that a bubble?
How?
Yeah, that's what happens when you get. This is a burn. That's what happens when you get burned. It
Oh,
starts to
okay.
pus up. And I kept popping it. My friend was like, "Don't pop it. Let it do it because it wants to heal it." So, and I was like, "All right." So now I got one, and I'm just like, I
How'd
really just
you-
want to pop it.
How did that happen?
First of all, initially the burn was all this color. It was all, and right after I got
What
burned,
color is that?
2-3 shades darker than my skin tone and dark. What the fuck? It's a burn on a black person. I don't know.
Like you're like, look at this color. This is a podcast. No one else can see it.
Look,
Describe as much as you can.
it's dark chocolate. Okay, that's the color of my burn. My burn is sexy.
Okay. How
Anyways.
did it happen?
So I work in a kitchen, and I had to
Imagine
get this
that was
big
the end
ass.
of the story.
That's it. That's why I got so much
Working.
other shit on my body. I'm a fucking guy. But yeah, I work in kitchen, and I had to get this big ass fucking tray of what the fuck are they? Spin dips. So like spinach dips in these little containers, and there's like fucking 20 of them on this tray. I had to pull it out the oven and walk across the kitchen to the warmer and put them in there. Okay. So I was doing good. I got from the oven to the warmer, was fine. Had to slide it in there, and then I put it in there, and I was like, cool. I went to close the door wouldn't close because the fucking tray wasn't in there all the way. But the tray is fucking heavy, okay? And I was like, I gotta be a G. I gotta just fucking do it. I can't always ask this fucking my tall ass manager to come help me with some shit. So like I fucking sat there, and I was like, all right, look. Don't, hey.
What are you doing?
For those who have no idea what just happened, Claudia is eating ice cream and she set it down. I'm recording her for this story, and I like moved my camera to see it. She somehow didn't like that.
Yeah.
She's like a dog with a bone. Just like stay away from it. Continue. What was your story? Look at your face right now.
Anyway, so fucking, I'm like, okay, I gotta take this tray out, and I gotta put it in there the right way. I'm trying to take the tray out. It's stuck because it's like not in the fucking shit the right way, and I'm pulling it, comes halfway out, and then it like goes like sideways or like tilts to the side. But I had to stop it from falling because I can't lose all the fucking shit that I just took 20 minutes to fucking cook because it's dinner time. We don't got 20 minutes no more.
Take a
The shit
breath.
has to be done right now. So I had to
Take a
save that
breath.
motherfucking tray. So it was like this. I was like, oh. I had my mitts on. I was cool. I saved the tray. I go to pick up the tray. When I go to pick up the tray, it gets straight. When it gets straight, my motherfucking arm is right here. The motherfucking arm, the tray touched the arm for like 2 seconds. I was like, no! I was like, oh my god! I didn't drop the tray though. You'd think I'd flip the fucking tray. I didn't. because my life depended on that tray. My job depended on that tray. So I was like, I had to like do some ninja move and adjust my arms so it wouldn't get burnt anymore. And at that point, I was mad at the tray, so I shoved the tray in there and I closed the door. Like, fuck that tray. And like 2 people saw like, Claudia, okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking fine.
It's like bleeding on fire.
Well, burns don't bleed. They don't bleed. Your skin is just singed, and it just sits there. And so you want to touch it, and that's what I did. Right after I burned it, I touched it, and this part right here, all that skin came off. I just touched it, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have touched it, because it all would have been one piece if I hadn't touched it. So I was like, okay, all right. So I went over to the front. I got a little bandage put on there. That shit fell off 20 minutes. Like, fuck that bandage. All right, so like.
Why don't you wrap that shit?
Yeah.
No, because burns, you have to fucking. They gotta just dry and heal. If you keep wrapping, it's gonna stay wet. It's never gonna. You know what I mean? So I was like, whatever. So I was cool with my burn until I had to sleep last night. Okay, look where the burn is. You know where your elbow bends. Cause I'm trying to describe it. The burn is like 2 inches away from the elbow bend on my forearm. So when I bend my elbow to do anything to my head, my burn is now touching my other part of my arm.
Right.
So when I slept like that all night, my burn was, moisture got into that shit, and so this skin was all vulnerable in the morning. It was all peeling off and shit, and I was like, no, heal, bitch, heal. So it was all wet, and this part was all crusty because it's crusty from the. I was like, I'm a fucking burn monster. I can't burn monster. So I was mad. So now I've been out and about all day. I didn't, so now it's hard. But I gotta tonight when I go to sleep, I gotta put something there so that it doesn't.
Crazy.
Because otherwise I'm gonna be a burn monster tomorrow when I wake up and be a burn monster.
Okay.
Insane.
That's what happened.
The burn monster. You should draw an animated
day in a life.
A day in the life of Claudia.
The burn monster.
So. God, Claudia.
You asked me
back to her
I
ice
sure
cream.
am. It's so delicious. Yeah.
Anyway, Monty wanted to be here for this story time.
He'll come in.
He'll come
halfway
in.
through and be like
ridiculous from that point forward. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, great.
I'm telling you.
It's gonna be a 3-hour podcast.
Probably. We're gonna be talking about bitches. We're gonna be talking about niggas. It's gonna be all kind of shit.
The last podcast we recorded, last time we were all together recording a podcast, you guys went on an hour-long podcast talking about porn. So
it wasn't about porn.
We could talk about.
It was meaningful.
We was getting into some deep shit during that conversation.
I was
Some
listening
real
to
deep
it
shit.
because there was a part where I left. And it was pretty much you guys asking Claudia, what is real lesbian sex? And she never answered once. She was just like, I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it's not.
There you go.
That tells
all you
us
need to know.
nothing.
Like, it was so bizarre. Like, there's a point where I come back and I'm like, what the fuck did I miss? But anyway.
What the hell?
What do you do?
Fucking Claudia.
Stop!
Get out of here.
I have to listen to this later. You should have seen me listening to the last podcast that just went up. Because
Why?
at the very end, stop! At the very end, you do that, and it's actually quiet. And I was listening to it. Yeah, I was just like, stop!
She always does that same shit.
I hate it so much. I don't understand. What? Okay, we were going to talk about this the other day, and I said save it for the podcast. This was like 2 weeks ago.
Hey, we're in the podcast.
What exactly?
No fair.
What happens when you watch it? Because I know you live.
Wait. Before he answers this, can I answer it? What happens when Lan's watching ASMR? They're like, no, I'm not gonna. They're like, hi, Len, what's up? I'm here today talking about ASMR. He's like, yeah. What else are you gonna talk about? What's going on?
What?
I want to welcome you into my store so I can sell you some goods. Some goods? I got something good to sell you back, bitch! That's what Len's doing.
You don't talk back to the fucking video.
Yeah,
That's what
like,
he
you
does.
can't talk back to them.
They just say
But
they ask questions and they just stay quiet for 2 seconds and they're like, oh, okay.
It's like Dora the Explorer for adults.
With penises. I'm just saying.
But
I feel like it's sexual for you.
I am genuinely curious because you watch this all the time. You watch this stuff all the time.
This shit's great.
I can't. I watch my favorite YouTuber ever made an ASMR video, and it was the hardest video I've ever watched. I literally had to stop
the whole time.
I literally.
You watched her watch it?
I didn't even
No,
have
I was-
headphones. I was watching it on my phone. I was fine for a while, and then she and then she took a drink and started doing that into the mic, and I was dying. I had to stop, go watch something else. This shit literally gives me anxiety attacks, and I'm like, how does anyone watch this? This is my favorite YouTuber ever. I watch all of her
Oh my
videos. I had to
God.
force myself to watch this video. But I'm like, how on earth? What
Here's the
happens
thing,
when you
man.
watch
Okay,
it?
this is your situation because you're uncomfortable with people just being in your space. So we talked about this shit. She was like,
Claudia started getting
with
very close.
ASMR, I can't get away. They're just constantly in my fucking ears. So that's why you don't like it. It relaxes me.
But like
And-
even
It relaxes
then,
the fuck out of me.
And his penis.
Right.
he said right.
'Cause
He said right.
there's nothing sexual about it. Like you use that shit to go to sleep. I use that
Alright.
shit. I sleep like 10 times better when I listen to that shit. And then go to
Yeah.
niggas. I hear these niggas right now.
Let's hide. They don't know. Oh, I can get by that door. I'm not gonna go in there. Oh, that's not them.
It's not?
They're going this way. I thought it was.
Oh.
Thing. I was like, oh, but they know.
I swear to God, that sounded like X. But I got the earphones on too.
I didn't recognize X. He had his hair done different. And I walked in there. He was like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey," I was like, "Oh, wow." I was looking right outside. I was like, "Oh."
Imagine
Yeah, right.
seeing Claudia after
He's like,
years.
"Damn."
Like her just screaming in your face as she's staring at you.
I would expect it.
Yeah, because he.
No, with you, if you like saw Claudia after years of not seeing her, she'd run into you and like chest bump you, like out of nowhere. She'd be like, "Latin," and just run at you.
I would just bump you so hard I would leave breast imprints in your chest. You'd be like, "Oh, oh, oh, oh," and I'm like, "Oh, oh, oh."
Oh my
And then
God.
it would be like, it would jump into this animation and I'd be like Super Saiyan and I'd be like, "Just bump!" And you'd be like, "Nani?" I'll be like,
Lad has an Arizona next to him, and the pick that's in his hair just like hit it because he leaned over too much. Oh my God, that would be funny to see.
All right, I don't want to be a dick, but tell us your fucking story. I can't wait anymore. I'm too impatient.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Claudia especially has been wanting to hear this.
I
There's
don't
so
know.
much. There's so much that's happened
Start from
in the
beginning.
last 2 weeks.
Start from
alone.
the beginning of the two
Okay,
weeks.
the beginning of it was someone broke into our apartment. When one of my roommates was home, she was in the shower. Someone broke in, took every electronic thing they can find. My laptop's gone. My camera's gone. School's not doing shit about it. And
You guys live in student housing, right?
yep.
Which
Fucked up.
sounds like a plan to me for your roommate to be in the shower conveniently.
They took
Left the
her
door
shit.
open.
Like,
Yeah, but that's
they took
that's
her-
a
They
that's a-
left.
that's
They
a
came in
cover-up.
through the back door.
yeah.
They came in through our patio door. They climbed up the balcony and came in through the patio door. They tried taking our TV. I'm assuming what happened was they heard her walk out of the shower and panicked and just took off because the TV was like knocked over. And days after this, when they came the first time, whoever the fuck it was, they took my roommate's keys. So they had access to our apartment. Days later, literally this happened on a Friday, that Monday, there was a note left in our door in a way that you had to open the door in order to leave it. So along with that note, her key and the fob to the building was like left in the lock. So it's like they opened it, left the note. She was asleep on the couch when this happened.
Oh my god. Are you
She was
kidding me?
literally like...
She's there all the times that this shit happens.
She was
Come on
like
now.
dying that day. She was like super sick. This was back when she was dating Monty, or God knows whatever the fuck they were.
For 3 days?
Yeah, 2 weeks. We checked this yesterday. From the moment they started talking to the day she fucked it all up by sending a like, I don't think this is gonna work out text. It was 2 weeks exactly.
That's hilarious.
But they left a note that was basically a ransom note for our TV, saying because she doesn't have a password on her laptop, so it basically said leave TV by trash chute by 4 a.m. or nudes get leaked at 8. She leaves her nudes on her laptop without a password on her laptop.
Wow.
So they found those. She had like a panic attack about that. Of course, we couldn't do anything about it. And then, what the fuck did you do? What did you do? We
What the fuck?
Claudia took a drink. We looked over, and there's just
She's
a bunch of
fucking dying.
Arizona all over her face. What did you do?
Look, okay. Oh, I got it my eye! It doesn't taste good there.
It doesn't taste good there. We just look over. I just see like a stream of Arizona going down her face.
What the fuck happened? What the fuck?
Okay.
What happened? You need to explain this before
Alright,
I continue.
I took some Arizona. I took a sip.
She's recreating it for people who
And then I
can't
slammed
see.
it down. I guess the way the water was shaking in the can, when I slammed it down, some squirted out the can and got right here by my eye. And I was like this. I was like, and you guys were looking at each other, looking at me, and I was like, I can't wipe because I got my eye. And then
wouldn't
smells-
have noticed if you were like,
Yeah.
I was like, let me just wipe it.
What the fuck?
But I was like that for like a good 30 seconds. You know, I was just
yeah,
over here like,
that's why we finally noticed.
mm.
You like started making
Because I didn't know what to
Oh
do.
God.
like a little kid. Wipe it away from your eyes.
Well, I didn't want that. It got in my eye just now and it burned. I was trying to avoid that.
Because you didn't do anything. You just waited for it to happen.
When I went to wipe, it wiped it in there.
Oh.
You
Because
wiped
it was
it
right. It
towards
was
your
right
eye,
by
like,
the.
wipe
I was
away.
trying. Look, I was trying to do that.
Your whole hand is covering your eye at this moment. Recreating that.
Let me get another M&M.
Do you want gum?
I want an M&M. That's the opposite of. That's opposite of an M&M.
That's enough.
It's like
Do you want gum? Fine.
Give me one of those for later. But let me get an M&M first.
Damn.
Can you get M&M?
Are you out of Arizona? Mine picked up his Arizona.
Waka waka, motherfucker.
He still got that hat.
It's my hat, motherfucker.
Mine just shut up.
Fight.
This
We need to figure out where the fuck he's gonna sit now.
What?
True.
You guys already started without me?
Well, yeah,
went
dude.
to
Of course, it took
culinary?
forever. Yeah, you
Yeah,
took
I
forever.
mean, they had horchata.
You know, just like a nigga.
I can't resist no horchata,
You wanna
man.
use this?
He was like, they got horchata. I was like, that's shit.
Okay.
That
Just in
shit
case
fire.
like your phone dies or something.
I had some
I'm gonna
strawberry
try it.
horchata. That shit was disgusting.
What are you doing, Claudia?
What the fuck?
I mean, I
My
like
big
it.
toe hurts.
Your ass?
Your
Your ass?
big toe.
It's a strawberry
hurts. So why the fuck you try to kick me with it?
What are you guys talking about?
We talked
Claudia
about a
tried
lot
to
of
drown herself with her Arizona.
I did not.
Just
I'm thirsty, bitch.
No, she was telling me her story. Her life story.
no, the story of the last 2 weeks.
Before you get to it, though, you were going to give me another M&M.
No.
Let me put my
I have one more drink now.
phone on the charger.
What?
Yeah,
We're
I'm
taking
using-
What?
I'm
Like a
using
quick
Michelle's
break.
charger.
Why do I feel like all your M&Ms in that bag are green?
Did I not tell you that I eat in like a color order?
Hey, OCD.
They were all green?
No, I'm just giving the ones in that order.
No.
Yeah, man, you gotta have order to your life. What are you talking about?
What do you mean you eat in a color order?
I eat them in my least favorite color to my favorite.
You gotta save
Like
the best
a
for last.
fucking weirdo.
Calm down.
What? She saves the
Pay
best for
attention
last.
different.
Don't
You mean to
judge
tell me
her.
when you open it back in,
OCD.
she don't just go in there and take a handful and eat them?
Latin was
No.
here when
I
I,
don't do that
pour
with
them
M&Ms, I
out.
do that with gummy bears though.
I do that with anything that has colors to them.
Dude,
Gummy bears, it makes sense because they're
Something-
fucking flavored.
No. But see, that's the thing. Like that's the kicker. Like with the last gummy bears, I have to make like a super gummy bear out of
A
it.
super
Like
gummy
Voltron.
bear. This
Like
story
Voltron,
is
I
so
shit
far
you not,
away.
I have to make Voltron
I hope
out of
this
gummy
is
bears
capturing
or
the
I'll
story.
You move that back a little bit.
We
Oh my
need to
God.
make sure that you're able to hear all these people.
Oh snaps!
Yeah, you're good.
I was in the
Go around the
podcast
table and
show.
introduce ourselves, sir.
We already did our introductions.
Well, if you're just now tuning in, I'm Monzi.
And I'm Chef Dante.
If you're just now
The
tuning
return
in.
of Chef Dante.
Are you able to hear
That's what's up,
Monzi?
man.
Because he's the furthest away from this
I don't know,
mic.
talk, nigga.
Lad's a bitch ass nigga with that little pick ass in his head. You
sound
head
low.
ass nigga. Okay.
You sound a little far away, bro.
You sound far
hold on,
away.
Score, let me get this.
Nigga, if you don't get your Kid Cudi ass over here, Mr. Man on the Moon over there.
Mr. Man on the moon.
Why you gotta hate on me, guys? Why you gotta hate
I
on
think
me?
you got further from where you were.
Get your ass.
Everyone's
over
on
here.
go over there.
I'm
Go
saying
to
though, like he
open
making everybody
space.
move down the bench.
In
killing
my
me, Smalls.
In my country, I am king.
Okay, Hakeem.
Can you hear him now? Because he got further and he's
Oh,
behind it.
nice.
Well, sit by.
Do you forget his name?
No, I'm just saying, like, I had two thoughts at the same time.
I'm not moving
said,
here.
"Move
Go.
over here,
I'm not moving anymore.
I'm gonna stop playing musical chairs with no music, cause ain't nobody moving down the like we ain't getting out of
Bump
the chairs,
that
we just
shit
moving
one
the
time.
chairs.
Bump
Hey.
that shit.
Hey, Latin.
Yeah, what's up?
Don't. Can you hear Stop. Me? Stop.
You know,
Claudia.
Can you?
Stop.
You're gonna flip too.
Listen to this later.
Oh yeah, Latin loves it. Yeah, that's your
Hey,
type of
stop.
shit,
Stop, Claudia. Claudia.
We all float down here.
I'm gonna toss this.
We were just talking about fucking
We were.
ASMR.
We were just talking about ASMR.
That's crazy.
Okay. Finish telling your story.
Where was I with the story before you,
You
were
were-
drowning
Well,
yourself?
The five guys just entered the room and you're about to have an orgy. When?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What?
Wait a minute.
That's not an orgy. Wait, is there other women in this equation?
That's called
not
a
an
train,
orgy.
my nigga.
That's
You
not
are
a
the- you're the
that's
buddy.
a gangbang. That's not even
Yeah.
a train.
That's how you.
That's what it ends up as. But you know,
You at a Mandingo party?
she over here having
man.
cuckold
Oh
bukkake dreams and stuff.
They were all
knew
black
you
men.
were-
Hey,
They
you
were
know, I
all
respect
black
it.
men.
They were all
She's
black.
she's a young, sexually liberated
At
lady.
least 8
you know?
inches each.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's what the 20s was all about. Woman empowerment, femininity.
One of them had it over his
Oh
shoulder.
my
He was like,
God.
I'm gonna go first.
Oh man, he had it on your shoulder.
No,
Did
he
you say
had to
hey?
go last.
Was he the good angel or the
He
bad
walked behind her
angel?
and he was like, hey,
You gotta
hey.
move back to where you were.
I gotta move over here.
Clap
It's too loud.
in the face.
She really doesn't
Too
remember.
See,
what
it's
she
what
was.
happens when a black man gets by the mic.
Latin's directly.
Latin is light
Good
skin.
shit. Oh man,
Light-skinned
that was like the
niggas.
greatest.
I
comeback.
knew that was gonna happen too. I was like, the second she said a word, I was like, this isn't gonna go anywhere good.
That was great.
So,
I really
yeah,
don't
what story
What
you talking
really
about?
was I talking about?
What story was that?
She was talking about,
I got robbed.
she got robbed.
Oh, that shit was wild. I was there.
Like, she got robbed. That's a story. That's not a story. That's the day in the
There's
life.
so
Yeah.
much.
No.
Unless
You
you
don't
got robbed by
understand.
a deer that Kevin Hart was riding on. and,
No,
you
no,
know,
no.
they
You
had
don't
that
understand.
spectacular-
You don't understand. This involved me. It was
Oh,
hilarious.
It
so
really
it was a
involved
tandem
him.
robbery. Both of y'all niggas got held up.
No.
No.
No,
He
I
showed
ain't.
up.
So
He
you
catch
robbed
me
her.
slipping, nigga.
You can't trust niggas now.
Bet.
He your friend. Y'all on the podcast together and he robbed you?
Hell yeah, nigga. I took all that shit. Run them jewels.
Came to the
Oh
next
my God.
podcast
Was
like,
this
what?
before or after the orgy? I'm just confused.
I'm right here.
Nigga, I was feeling that shit.
I'm using all your
After-
shit.
After the orgy. Damn, man.
This
You
could be such a
savage.
loud.
I am a savage. All right.
Monzi was dating my roommate at the time,
Oh,
or whatever
I
the
mean,
fuck
I
they
was
were.
seeing her.
So
You
What-
know how
what
long
did
you was
you
dating her?
use?
Staying
He
there for
was
2
courting?
weeks.
2 weeks.
What was the word?
2 weeks.
Oh, y'all cordial.
We cordial. That's what. It was cordial.
Y'all wasn't
First
dating. It was
week.
It
cordial.
was very cordial.
But she had texted me, and I was just like, someone broke into our place, and so he came, to make sure everything was fine.
Manji
It
brought
was
kid in your
like-
place. That's why he was back in it again.
Yeah, facts.
Literally
You
no
were
muscle.
The first
School the
person
whole
who
time.
responds to a robbing is the motherfucker who robbed it in the first place. That's ghetto hood Alex 101.
What just
You know
happened?
that.
No one saw what
Too
just
much
happened.
shit going on, bruh.
Monty just,
Look,
Oh my
you
god.
need to explain what we just saw.
okay. Because I told Monty, she was like, Monty would go check and see what's going on. Monty held up his arm and went like this. I was like, there's no muscle
What's like
right there.
this?
He pulled up his arm
Flex.
to flex his muscle.
It's a
He went to
flex.
flex.
Okay.
Okay.
Joking flex.
Nothing happened. I was
What
like,
are you
there's
talking
literally
about?
there's no muscle.
Well, I
there.
mean, I do have like.
So
3
then he
layers
reached his
on.
arm out and like flapped my boob for some reason.
Yeah.
And then I was
That's
like,
where all your muscles at.
and then I was like, you know
Big
what?
ass titties.
If it is where our muscles is, you gotta
That
flap
nigga, she
both
gonna
of
punch
them.
the
You
shit
can't
out your ass, then, nigga.
Would it make a fist with a titty?
You gotta
Like
flap
Popeye,
both.
nigga.
Like comes out.
Oh, I'm gonna animate that later.
Oh my god.
Chuck Norris.
Animation coming soon.
I hope you're on top of these levels. Like,
I'm trying, man. This shit is wild. I told you it was gonna get
Black
wild.
podcast.
Niggas came in here.
Wait, hold on. I
Oh
need everybody to
my
be quiet for a
God.
second.
no. No.
Okay,
Claudia.
can we
Claudia.
make the story girls like on some real shit?
Okay. I got in the past the part where they came back and left a note. And then
Wait, so they robbed you and were polite enough to leave you a note?
Facts.
Hey, we robbed you.
no,
Thanks.
they-
We'll be back
once
soon.
They did. Hold on. Hold on.
They
I'll
spelled-
show you.
Bitches wrong.
They spelled bitches
Wait, so
wrong.
not only did they rob
What
you, they're also illiterate.
They
Yep.
spelled bitches with
So
a
how did they
Z.
rob? Wait,
They
are you sure that they robbed the
left
right
this-
apartment then?
They left this on the inside of our door.
First of
The
all, they
first
said
time.
y'all ain't have shit.
So not
then he-
only are they illiterate, they also know nothing about grammar.
No, yeah, they said y'all ain't have shit. Broke bitches.
Spelled with a
Or
Z
it could
at
be
the
broke
end.
bitch.
Well, no. I was gonna say maybe that's into bitches. You know, like a bees. You know, the motherfuckers.
Broke
bitches. That's what happens. You know, bees. Bzz. So
And then-
it could
You
be
know why?
calculated.
Because I got
With
Days
bees.
later.
trap.
I'm saying bees in the trap. Bitches
Bees
in the trap, and they ain't saying
Bees
nothing.
in
You
the
feel me? That's what I'm
bees
saying.
in the trap when that bitch
But you know what?
don't
Next time,
nothing.
baby, you just tell all your hoes.
And then
Rake
There's
it
too
up.
many niggas in
Days
the podcast
later.
right now.
Days later, they came back and left this note.
Wait,
Let's see.
where the fuck is your surveillance?
We live in
Right.
student housing.
Let me reiterate. Oh, never mind. I didn't think about that. I remember
trying
what
to
the.
read that.
If you can read that.
That is a crumpled up piece of paper.
TV by trash or nudes
Yeah.
leak at 8UQ2 dues.
What?
$$ by pigs auto leak eggs.
Something like that.
It sounds like Mayweather trying to
roommate-
read. No.
My roommate doesn't have a password on her laptop, which was one of the things stolen.
Yeah.
And she
Was this the
leaves
roommate
her
that you was
nude-
smashing with?
Yup.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. And it was leaked?
Yeah.
Wait, so it was like the fappening all over again.
Yeah.
No one cares about it.
Fappening.
Yeah, I remember the fappening. I remember
Everyone
the fappening.
remembers the
Everyone was like,
fappening.
everyone
Do you
was like,
remember the
not just
second
one,
fappening?
but like
Oh,
5 or
yeah.
6 of them.
There were
like,
two.
five
Okay.
fappening.
There was a second fappening.
There were dudes like, flap.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
I forgot it. I
That
didn't,
shit.
I
So
didn't
where
even
was
remember
I?
we was talking
Where was
about
I when
this.
these nudes was out? You know, I like looking at vagina.
They're probably out if they were
Yeah, they're probably out
serious.
somewhere.
I was gonna say they didn't tell me and Claudia about this. It's some real assholes. They don't be like this.
Some real assholes. I know.
Can't trust
Like,
niggas with
Claudia
guns.
They didn't put me in
mentioned it.
Claudia.
You feel me?
Why would I flap, flap? Why would I flap, flap?
I have to read like something around.
That's how I masturbate.
So you're
Just
masturbating
constantly
right
move your
now.
hands between your
You
vagina
start,
and
you
your
start
boobs.
down there, and then you just go.
Why does it look like you're having a seizure?
That does look like a seizure. I don't know.
And I'll be like, "Ah!"
And she makes noises too.
And then when I'm
Goddamn.
done, I'm like, "Oh."
And she makes noises too.
She said that's how she masturbates. It's just this constant repetitive
And then it's like,
motion.
I'm all happy, and I'm doing, ah! And I'm like,
It's like that nursery rhyme, but instead of head, shoulders,
She
knees, and
just
toes,
immediately falls
sad.
asleep.
it's like tit, areola, clit, instead of head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Oh my
yep, yep,
god.
yep.
Holy shit.
So what is in there?
But
Okay.
anyway.
I don't know why you guys asked me about that, but all right.
We
Now
We
we
didn't.
How do
Yeah,
you
no,
masturbate,
you-
Claudia?
you
I guess
just
I'll demonstrate.
overdo
That's
it,
what
Looking like shit. Looking like shit. The ticket picker at Chuck E. Cheese. Get out the tickets. Get out the tickets.
You realize like this is recorded, Claudia.
I mean Claudia who? Though? Yeah. Claudia who? Exactly.
The only Claudia in here.
Only
I've known Claudia for numerous years, and I've never known her last name. So Claudia who?
No!
Would you like to throw her social security out there too?
I'll bleep that out for the podcast.
Claudia, no! It's Claudia, no!
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
She's
You got all
glaring
quiet
at
and
me.
shit.
What are you doing?
He's
Don't worry
recording.
about
I'm
it.
trying to set up the fucking
Don't
Trying to get
video
these levels on
podcast,
fleek.
man.
I want to.
You really check
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna post it.
I got voted right now. I got voted hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Are you in it?
Alright.
I set it up.
Your stupid face.
You set it up.
Your stupid
Alright.
face.
We need
Alright,
to
alright,
get back
alright,
into,
alright,
Alright.
into
You're the one who gets off.
Really?
into one conversation.
Good luck with that. There's
Yeah.
5 of us here.
That shit. I told you this.
We're
shit
gonna
was
concentrate
get
really hard
ridiculous.
now, and we want to hear the rest of your story.
We or you?
All of us together are gonna concentrate really hard so we can hear the rest of your story.
pretty sure
Let's
it's
move
Claudia.
on.
So if you don't want to post it, can I just bleep your face? I know how to do that. I love tracking. I really do.
You should do
I'm
the
addicted to
VFX to my film.
Dude,
But we'll
if you
get to
bleep
that.
my face out, that would be dope because you just see a black nigga.
What you should do with his is like blur it out, but only have it on that spot, so he can literally go like this, look at the blur, just like move to the side, and just be like, "Look at this shit."
Yeah, but you gotta go back to the same position every time you move though, because it'll be
Not
fucking
really.
hilarious. No,
Oh no, yeah, it would.
Yeah, it'll be fucking hilarious.
I mean, but I
It's just
won't
a
know
one-take
because of
though.
tracking. It's not like you can track this shit right now and be like, hey, am I back in the bleep?
you're right. You're right.
Every time if you like finally move it to him, he moves again. Like,
Just move it real slow, like
yeah.
Alright.
nobody will notice.
He like ends up walking all around this table, just like constantly avoiding this blur.
He sits right next to it. Am I next to it? Am I going inside? No.
Oh my god.
So after that, about
After
a
what?
week after that, I'm gonna punch you. I'm
Shenanigans can have
punch
nice.
That's the one thing she said she hated.
punch you.
I'm not gonna do that one anymore.
So,
That one.
Yeah. There's Claudia.
Continue.
So the note was left on that Monday. That Friday, really Thursday night leading into Friday, I was woken up at 3 a.m. and multiple times throughout the night of my roommate, my insane roommate, yelling at her boyfriend.
Was
Like-
Monty?
No.
No.
Oh, it's a different one. Oh, okay.
He was
Insane.
dating.
Why
yeah.
did Monty have to question it though? Like, have I yelled at this?
He was like, I don't think
No.
so.
Who the hell else was you yelling at, Monty? Let's
It's
find
the
out.
other roommates you have.
I
The
did
other-
not have sexual
Yeah.
relations.
My sane roommate, my insane roommate, my insane roommate's boyfriend.
I mean-
you were
Oh,
there
okay.
when I told the first story.
The dude's pretty cool.
He is. The dude's really cool.
No,
I feel sorry for him.
Well, no, she seemed nice to me.
Wait. Are
Wait,
these the
wait.
freaking roommates
That
that?
believe the world's ending, yeah.
But with the eclipse, when you told him
Yup.
he should wear the glasses, and he was like, I
Yup.
don't wear no glasses for no eclipse. And then like they went out and he like stared directly at it.
Yup.
You said he was a cool guy.
He's the manliest man. Fucking give him the Dos Equis award. He's like, an eclipse?
The
I
black,
stare with those with no glasses.
the black Dos Equis, man.
Compared to her, anyone compared to her is a fucking saint.
Yeah.
But
So,
No, she seems
He's
fine to me.
pretty
Whatever.
good. No, if you were there.
Well, I don't live with
But,
that person.
Have you not heard Manji's track record with women? I don't know. Like, if he says she's fine, I really feel like she's fine. He got pepper sprayed by a crazy bitch.
Yeah,
And all he
facts.
wanted to do was walk her
Facts.
home.
All he
Make sure
did
she
was
was
walk her home.
Yeah. And he didn't
What?
like, no, but the thing is, like, she was like, Manji, can you walk me home? And then the bitch pepper sprayed him.
What'd you do, man?
The worst part,
What
check me out.
happened?
She didn't just pepper spray him, she pepper sprayed his shoe. Like, she disrespected the nigga's shoe. Like,
What the
like, how Have you ever heard some shit like that? Oh yeah,
Like-
I feel threatened. I'm gonna pepper spray your shoe. What the hell? You gonna give me a hot foot? What I'm gonna do? Just soak it in some cold water?
She's like, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess she got it confused for salt, and she was just like, it's made of leather. I guess I'm gonna chew it for a little bit. This is really fucking confusing.
What
Oh
the
my
fuck?
God.
Yeah, no, I've never told you these weird ass
Well, we'll
stories.
continue that- you can continue
I
that
got
story
weird
after we hear
stories from the
about
vault
She
of
was
Monzy.
literally screaming at her boyfriend, who's not saying anything. Like, he stayed so calm through this. I don't know how. And this
Shit,
lasted all night. I was
thinking
finally
about that
woken
eclipse,
up
man.
at 5 a.m. to her losing
Wait,
her
it was 3
mind.
first. So wait,
Yeah,
did you wake
it
up?
lasted
so you
throughout
got
the night.
up at 5. It was like,
Yeah.
I had enough.
Yeah.
Okay, why you
I
keep the
had-
bitches out at 3?
'Cause where the fuck they're gonna go?
Anywhere, but
they were
here.
constantly like leaving the apartment and coming back. So
Oh,
it would
fuck
get
no.
quiet. I would fall asleep and then be
I
woken
would
up
have
again.
barricaded the door.
Claudia,
Claudia.
Claudia, you are not welcome in this podcast
you
anymore.
lucky.
No,
You
there's
damn
nothing.
perfect,
There's nothing.
right?
There's
Or
nothing in
the
the
audio
There's nothing in
equipment.
the. There's nothing in there.
That's what you want us to think.
I need to explain what just happened.
Jesus
Wash your
Christ.
Claudia,
Claudia, move
Claudia.
any and all types
Okay,
of
okay,
refreshments
okay.
away from you.
Claudia, I need to explain what just happened. Shut up. Claudia has an
There's a
empty
camera
Arizona.
I
Claudia has an empty
just
Arizona.
want you to know
She
I was
knocked
not
it over.
trying to
Just,
do
just
that.
yeah, give that to
It
someone
went
else.
And it's
straight
grape, you
for
fucking-
our audio
It's not grape, it's
equipment.
purple.
Fruit punch.
You're lucky it was empty.
Look.
Her purple
I
dress, you
guarded
almost
it though.
spilled
I guarded it
You
though.
did it. You picked
I
it
did,
up
I
like
got
You
this.
did not guard it. Your hand wasn't even in front of it before it fell. I'm sorry. Shame.
If that
Shame.
had anything in it, the audio equipment would have been
shot.
fucked.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
We're good though, right? It's good.
Yeah, because
Is
there was
it still
nothing
working?
in it.
Is it still working?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You almost spilled the Arizona.
It's really
the
warm.
audio.
Claudia.
This is
Alright,
what
can we-
happens when you have Arizona and California. It just doesn't mix.
I fucking hate you. I really do.
It got so
From
quiet.
the bottom of my
Yeah,
heart.
right.
I hate everything about you.
So what the heck is going
Monty's
on?
just like, I hate you. I hate you so much. If you were across this table.
God damn it.
Okay,
Anyway.
I still love you, Claudia.
All right,
I
where
just
were
can't trust you
we?
around my equipment.
With the
I
fucking
finally
story.
got up at 5 a.m. because I had to be on set at 7. And I had to be in front of the school at 6 for carpool. So I figured at 5 I might as well get up. I recorded part of their screaming conversation.
Oh, that's the thing she got mad at you
He said like 2 words. I don't even know what he said.
Are
And
we
she
actually-
lost her mind.
She black? Is it bad that I black? Am I getting low?
You know what's going on right now? They're having sex.
This passion.
It really
Okay,
does.
if you
It does.
listen, she's in the hallway right now. You can still hear her.
Yeah.
She's literally screaming down the
my
halls.
God.
Okay, that's how you know. First of all, that's how you know a chick is really upset when they're like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah."
I need a love like that.
They literally go from ooh.
You see the crescendo.
Oh, it hit the perfect note.
Yeah. Every black woman just suddenly just hits that one like fucking Diana Ross note when they're pissed. Yeah.
I woke up, was talking to my sane roommate, the one that Monzy dated, and her telling me about it. We see knives hanging out on the floor and on the counter.
Knives. I was ready to say
Yup.
like, what you guys are watching Scott Pilgrim? Then I realized actual knives.
Were there any
Actual knives?
Were there any kunai?
I got you, bro.
No. But
Wow.
I had to be on set, so I left almost immediately after that. And apparently she came back. She came back, and they continued arguing. And I get a message from my other roommate with this photo. I'll let you guys see it. of our oven, which is like completely shattered.
This bitch shattered the oven.
Did you see this?
Oh, that's the student housing.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you tell
you showed
student
me
housing,
that.
hey, we had nothing to do with this, they had something to do with this?
No, I told student housing everything. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
and she found out.
Eat it.
Monty's passing around something.
Hey,
that
don't
we
worry about
can't
it.
see again.
It's
You did this
He's
last
always
time.
trying to have
Real
multiple
niggas
fucking
only.
conversations
real
going.
niggas only.
It's a PGD only
I'm a real
conversation.
nigga, I'm a real nigga.
Claudia, you ain't no real nigga.
Bitch, just because I didn't bring my strap on today.
Hey,
Hey, look.
I hang lower than all y'all
She the
bitches in here.
realest
I
one. You
hang
know why? Her shit don't
motherfucking
never go
low.
soft.
It really fucking no. Thank you. And it's a rainbow. It's a rainbow.
yeah.
It's a rainbow.
You got a rainbow penis.
What a way to end that.
Do you make them
statement.
squirt Skittles?
It's a
Yeah, right.
rainbow.
You make them squirt Skittles too?
No, yeah.
Dear God.
I don't know what the fuck that substance is
Oh
in there.
my God.
Fucking just. I'm not getting into this right now.
Are you talking
Just a
about
strap on.
squirt juice?
Just
Or
strap
you
on.
talking
Yeah,
about
that's
the
what I was talking
Skittles?
about. You putting rainbows in them.
In
You know what they
squirt?
say? Something about rainbows and Skittles. You can taste them.
You talking about squirting?
Yeah, so,
I like how Ladd was just like super blatant about it.
Did you pee on me?
no, that's squirt. Like, don't lie, bitch. I know.
Don't lie, bitch. It smells like
Never mind,
pee.
that's squirting.
You said you had to go to the bathroom before.
You
That
told
shit-
me.
let it out.
It's got a hint of pee in there.
Yeah.
It's squirt though.
Thank you. Someone else agrees with
You
me.
just went to the
I feel like
bathroom.
it's a little pee in there.
Right.
It's a little pee in
You
that
know,
squirt.
First of all,
it's
can
like
we
if
get some
you got
scientific
some morning
proof on
wood
this?
and you decide
'Cause
you're
I
gonna
don't-
get
I
some morning
need-
sex.
First
You got
of
a
all,
little
no,
pee with
there
that
was-
semen.
Yeah.
Because that's why you got morning wood in the first place, just to keep you prepared on yourself at night.
There's an article that came out like not too long ago, or a scientific experiment where they tested squirt, and they were like they said most of
Wait,
like,
let's be
90%.
proper with this. The female ejaculate.
Wait. They tested it?
Yes.
How the fuck did that go down? Did it say in the article?
I mean, I imagine
Did they just
it
get a
was
bunch
like-
of...
That was definitely a spike.
Wow.
Did they like
I
have
think
like?
we've got a
Did
good
they
enough
have like a?
sample.
Did they have a fucking like measuring? And you're like, oh, that one went like 4 yards.
I don't think they were testing trajectory, more so just the solution.
Okay, so what happened in this article?
They said it was mostly
I don't
piss,
this one.
pretty much.
See, I ain't never making a bitch squirt again.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, okay, I don't give a fuck.
Do more shit.
Because you'll fuck around the Reds. That's why.
Alright, motherfucker.
Everything
I mean,
use is on
it's
my phone.
definitely aesthetically gratifying because, like, you know, women, y'all, the proof is in the pudding. You know, ain't no question. You know, when we done, we gotta be like, did she come? She could have faked that. You know, when you see that,
Did she?
you're like, wait a minute.
Are you
I
coming
don't
right
know.
now? What?
I don't know. Either you didn't use the bathroom at all today. Or this is something I'm not familiar.
It's like a
with.
sprinkler.
Yeah, and then it resets.
Every time you make her come again, that should come out.
Yeah.
Jesus
It'd be
Christ.
even more if it's a
You all
bigger
dehydrated and
orgasm.
shit.
It's like, God damn.
Dehydrated.
I need some water.
Right? I need some
Get
water.
that bitch some milk. Claudia, you need
It's,
some milk, girl?
No, I don't need to.
Get that girl.
Claudia don't fuck with squirters. We just found that out.
No, I do.
We
fuck.
just
I
found
do.
that live here
I
on
like
the
how she wants to
podcast.
rescind that statement. She's like, no,
You
wait,
ain't-
You're
wait,
not
let's
getting
clear
this
the record
anywhere
right
else,
now.
except
Claudia
on
does fuck with the
Shenanigans
squirts.
podcast.
I do fuck with the squirts.
Not the
Initially-
brown squirts.
not the
Not
initially-
the
That's
brown
so
squirts.
awkward.
Initially, what I thought you guys were talking about, you can buy those damn dildos that have
The ones that
fucking...
squirt?
Oh.
And I was like, I don't know what that substance is. I will never fucking use that. That's gross.
Okay.
I said,
That's what I
see,
thought you meant.
this is what happens when you
How
have
the
a
fuck do
failure
you-
to communicate. Because I implicitly
My-
stated,
my
I
sister
said,
at Amazon
you put a
Prime, I
rainbow
like this-
penis
this
inside a
like
vagina and you get Skittles.
Yeah, I
and
know.
she assumed
Yeah.
that I was just
That's
talking
what
about the
he's
shit that
talking
comes out the dildo.
That's
No.
what. Well, hey,
Yeah,
that's
that's
why
weird.
I'm clarifying.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit. I do like the squirting.
What the fuck are you doing?
All
why
natural
would you like
juices
that?
only.
Monty.
Over there.
All
She's
natural,
she's like the
making shit
Hakeem
so
of vaginas.
Fucking
all
background.
natural squirting.
Monty's
All
making
natural.
shit so difficult for himself.
Bitch, you said that I should change it.
Monty, Monty's trying desperately to record this podcast on video.
You've been
and he's
trying
not
that shit for
setting
the
it.
last
so
minute.
animated.
You showed up halfway through it, and you've
I have
changed
to get
this.
to work.
Because you know
stuff 10
niggas move on
times.
CPT. You should be happy he didn't show up at the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl game.
Talking about
Monty will be
being
the
a
one.
coach.
Monty will be the one to show up
Coach.
like fourth quarter Super Bowl game, like there's 2 minutes left, and you'll be like, "Oh shit, I knew that shit was gonna happen, dog. I saw this whole fucking game. Like this shit just got here."
mean,
Talking
that's
about the
how
shit like he knows
about
everything, and I'm like,
too.
nah,
Yeah.
nah, you
That was
weren't
that
even
was
here.
garbage
Yeah.
fight. That was a garbage fight. He was playing with him so badly. But did we finish the story?
No.
No, where's it?
no, there's
You
something-
guys did this.
I didn't,
It was her fault with the rainbow dick.
I didn't do nothing.
Yes, you did.
I didn't do nothing.
You had to prove just how hard you were.
Yeah, cause how hard are you?
Don't question my hardness.
Fuck.
I honestly don't know how we got off track. All I know is it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, Shaggy wasn't me either.
It was not
Ruh-roh.
me as well.
I
It was
know,
fun.
but I just crossed it over.
But-
I know that.
You gonna leave me? Your fucking dick. I was like, dang, that was a good 2 seconds too long. I was like,
I don't know. I've been laughing the whole time.
I thought he was
Damn.
like reaching over to laugh.
I felt the
How
awkward.
quiet it got.
Because
we were watching,
We were
bro, like,
watching,
no.
waiting for it to
Right over your
happen.
shoulder.
All right, in case y'all don't know what just happened, freaking home dude went to go get a fucking dap from Monzi, and Monzi was looking at
See,
Latin like,
that's
oh,
why
I
I
thought,
have that.
I thought,
And
he
at the
wasn't
time, I'm
left him
over here
hanging-
laughing like
left him-
Kevin Hart's assistant.
He's feeling the awkwardness in his face. The bullet starts sweating and shit. He's like, oh, shit, he's gonna leave me hang with this dap. And Monzi's sitting there like, ooh, is there someone trying to dap me right now? I
Wait,
don't
wait,
understand
wait.
what's
Let the
going on.
record
Maybe he's
stand.
trying-
I am a naturally profuse sweater. It doesn't take much to make me sweat. So, you know, it wasn't Monzi that had me sweating. So I gotta let this woman know. I'm not working hard. This is just me natural.
In Claudia's mind, that like
The natural
0.2
glow.
seconds lasted half an hour.
I'm saying, all right.
It did.
That shit was like
That was an
good
anime
too.
moment right there. That was a fucking anime moment right there. I'm gonna do that shit. It's gonna be a 5-minute
Saw
video.
all the like dramatic zooms from everyone.
Is he ever going to pound him?
Right?
Find out.
No. Right when you're about to,
Next
the fucking to be
podcast.
continued.
Next time on Dragon Ball Kun.
And it literally comes back at the same exact frame. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Senzu Bean.
We gotta give her a story of Senzu Bean, cause
Senzu Bean.
I swear we ain't never gonna
Yeah,
get,
we
we ain't
never
never
gonna
gonna make it to
finish
the
this
7
shit.
Dragon Ball at this point.
Okay.
So-
I really want to know the rest of your
Come on,
story.
Chi-Chi.
Okay, guys, come on. We gotta concentrate. Listen to the rest of the
It's
story.
you.
It's not me.
It
It's not
really
me.
is.
All right, all
It
right,
really is.
all right.
Look.
No, it really is.
All
you.
right.
Okay,
all right.
how about this? How about this? Let's not dwell into the past.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it
Seconds
simple, okay? Just like that one thing, the Lord of the Flies. Like
Let's not
she's got the
dwell on
conch, okay? That means nobody talks.
Is it
about
the magic conch?
It's the maggot. Yep.
And
He
he's dead.
died. He died. Hold on.
And
He's on the
he-
Well, I mean,
Laying on the
God.
floor.
I clearly thought about this. One rum episode, 'cause that shit was fucking hilarious.
Laying on the floor.
Oh, magic conch.
Dying.
Asking, oh, magic
Squidward was
conch.
like, the fuck? That episode was so funny. I'm
Ask
sorry.
the, oh, magic conch. Are we ever going to finish the story? Are we ever going to ask you again later?
Oh
Oh, magic conch. Okay, no, here you have it. Take it. She has the magic conch.
It's a cheese bag. Come on.
That actually.
Ah!
That's why she has it.
Okay.
There's no cheese in that bag.
Okay, you gotta talk into the conch.
My fucking
No.
cheeks hurt.
Shit, I
from
have
laughing
talking
so
to the
fucking
conch all day. Oh wait, my bad.
Oh my god.
All right, story.
Where
she's
was
bi.
I am.
Yeah, so she'll talk into the conch. Because it's the open.
Where
If
was
if you got a conch, you lose your conch. She'll
Was-
talk into the conch.
What is she even saying?
What were you saying?
No way.
You're going on for like a good 30 seconds just to
Which,
yourself.
it sounds like a.
Yeah, right.
It sounds like a XXX freaking freestyle. What was that? She was
Oh
just
my God.
mumbling. That's what it sounded like.
Where did I leave off?
Home chick, because you showed us a video. Home chick went screaming down the hallway and shit, and then you,
Oh,
you
yeah.
busted your oven. You showed us a picture.
Yeah,
Okay.
she destroyed our oven.
She bust the window out your oven.
Yeah, and
Why was that funny?
Cause she bust the windows out your car. Like they got it. I'm sorry. It's funny. It wasn't that damn dry of a joke.
weren't wondering about why that was funny?
Look, okay, let's continue with the story.
Okay.
This
We're
is
not
how
going to go
you
any more
derail
segues.
everything.
No more segues, guys. Let's concentrate. Let's concentrate. She has the conch. It's magical. Let's go.
All right, continue.
I wish people could see your face.
Well, they can't.
That's not true.
What are you talking about?
Is that capturing her?
Yeah.
It is now.
He got that
Okay.
wide frame. You
Alright,
feel
she's
me?
in it.
Yeah, I got that wide frame. You're just
She's in
not.
it
I
to
make
win it.
sure you're not in it. Because you're self-conscious or some shit. I don't
Alright,
know.
let's
Fuck
do
it.
it.
All
Okay.
right, all right,
Who
all
cares?
right.
So
Alright.
she
Alright.
found out that I had recorded that like 30 seconds of her of her screaming tantrum by listening in on the conversation that my sane roommate and the boyfriend were having out on the balcony. She called me while I was on set just to like be like, "You invaded my privacy," blah blah blah.
What privacy? Everyone.
That's
heard
what
you.
I say. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm like, I get home that night and I'm like dying. I got 2 hours of sleep. I barely ate. I'm dehydrated. I went straight to sleep. At some point,
Why were
She,
you
like-
dehydrated?
because I was on set.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm so
Was it because of squirting?
No, no.
This is how shit gets off track.
Yeah.
It wasn't Claudia this time. Thank
This
God.
time.
I'd do it.
Thank you.
One time. You go.
It was never me.
It always. But she found out. I got home. At some point, she like wakes me up because she doesn't understand
talking about
the
this right now.
concept that people can fall asleep really fast, especially when they're like dying from being on set and no sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So she started yelling, and I didn't even acknowledge it. I was like, "Can we talk about this some other time?
No.
I'm dying."
Hell no.
So
Hell
what
no.
was she yelling about? She was mad at you?
She was mad because I recorded it.
Oh, okay.
I guess at some point she asked me about something else, but I was asleep, so I didn't respond. She thought that was me ignoring her. She just like lost her mind. And then the next day, nothing happened. Sunday, I get home. Everything's fine for the most part. But she and her boyfriend went into the room and she started yelling at him. They were arguing again. They were mad at each other all day. And at some point, I was like, at some point, she like storms out, leaves for like 2 minutes, comes back, starts packing up her bags and shit. And he goes and takes a shower, and she like walks out. I'm sitting at our dining room table having a conversation with someone else on my phone and listening to music. Note, the person I'm talking to is someone I talk to like daily. We haven't talked all weekend because I've been busy. So I'm like, this conversation is more important than anything else that's gonna happen right now. But she walks out and she's talking to my other roommate who's sitting on the couch. And at some point, she says something and looks at me. So I'm like, I missed something. She looks like she's waiting for a response from me. And so I like take off my headphones, and my headphones like hang over my ear.
Yeah.
So it's still playing music. They're not directly in my ear right now.
Mm-hmm.
I like take out the headphones, and I'm like, what happened? And she like immediately snaps at me and just starts going off saying the same thing she's been saying all the time. And I'm like looking at her directly in the eye with the expression of, are you done yet? Because I need to get back to this conversation.
Yeah.
And eventually I just like get tired of hearing her talk. So I like go back to my conversation. I'm not looking at her, which just gets her more angry. And I don't care. And eventually I get so sick of hearing her talk. What I do is like I respond. I haven't looked up in like a good minute by this point. I turn up the volume, look her directly in the eye, and put the headphones back in my ear. Looked back down.
7.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
What happened? What did she do?
She do.
She was in the middle of talking? Was she
yeah.
like, okay, was she mid-level? And then she was like,
Pretty much. She pretty much had like taken a breath between sentences when I did that, and she lost it. She was like packed. She had like her bags, notebooks, everything. She was ready to go stay God knows where. I don't know where the fuck she was planning on going. She drops everything, drops her bag, kicks off her shoes, starts screaming at the top of her lungs.
What?
I'm not listening. I honestly have no clue what she said because my music was playing so loud. My roommate who's sitting on the couch is just like, when I did that was like, she's about to die. I'm about to witness a murder.
I know the cops are like, oh!
It took so much effort for me to not start laughing as she was losing her mind. What are you guys doing?
Nothing.
Bitch ass motherfucker!
And I understood all of it. I understood all
So
of that
fast.
shit. That's funny.
It's like someone just like hit fast forward on you. That moment.
You have to slow down in the recording. And
You know why? Because he sensed that we were stopping to talk, and he was like,
That's exactly what it sounded like.
Thinking out what he wanted to say. So, you know,
He was like, son.
I
But
can't wait to hear that shit.
she stormed out and like left for an hour. Of course she came back because I don't know where the fuck she was planning on going. And I eventually told housing and I was like, I'm not gonna deal with this. Like I'm not gonna.
We're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take it. Housing, we're not gonna take this anymore.
Well, that's how the song goes. I got excited.
Even
I like how it was, like,
the
dead
silence. She
silence.
gave the Squidward ensemble though. All she needed was like clarinet accompaniment.
yeah.
Horrible
But
clarinet.
I told housing, I showed them this audio bit and they look horrified. They were like, the first comment that the main housing lady said was she hitting him? There's Claudia.
Was she hitting him?
Hey,
And then-
all right.
Was she?
That's a real thing, all right? These men out here are getting beaten every day.
I'm just saying, domestic violence ain't always about the woman.
I already know where.
All right, guys.
Yo, back.
I was like, whoever her boss is, whatever position that is, also listen to it. And her first comment was, "Did you call the cops?" So I'm like, there's something really wrong if those are the first two comments from a 30-second audio bit.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, they're black? I'm scared.
Yeah.
And she goes here?
Yep.
Why?
What does she do?
I want to see.
Does it even
Audio.
matter?
She's an audio major.
Does
That's why
do
she needed
audio?
them notes, yo.
Oh, yeah. She sat in the classroom and was like, okay, well, here's what I made.
This did not just turn into chop suey from System of a
That's
Down.
what it-
Wake up!
I feel like she just goes out there. That's how she talks to him every day.
She
He'll be
barely
like,
goes to class.
Latin died. He'll be like, good morning, honey. She'll be like, what?
Out of nowhere. How's it going?
Yep.
Oh my
Exactly
god.
it.
How the fuck was your
And
name?
housing contacted her. They found out that she keeps this hunting rifle under her bed in housing. So like the housing lady came and like called the cops to come check on it. And she had gotten home right as they left.
Wait a minute, what? A rifle?
It was, I guess it was
that
like a
the
BB
story
gun.
with the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what happened?
I guess it was a BB gun.
Yeah.
And she had a meeting with housing. I don't know how the fuck that went, but housing was like, they gave me keys to another apartment that I can stay in temporarily. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen with her now.
So you got a one apartment just by yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, can I come over?
My nigga, what are we doing
Fucking come over.
What are we doing
tonight? What are we
tonight?
doing? Like, you like everybody in this bitch like bitches. What are we doing tonight?
First of all, I do need to shoot a video, and y'all niggas-
I'm down to make orgy.
Let's make it happen in real life. Let's
This
make it
one,
happen
this
in real
time
life.
it'll be more
down.
women than men. So you know, yeah.
It'll be the porn
breath.
version
It'll
of
be
Five
like
Guys.
12 deep breaths. That's cool. You can
The
put
porn,
some
the
sweater
porn version
kitties
of
in my
Five Guys.
face.
Five Guys.
Hey.
Five guys.
We make
There's
more than
more to the
burgers
story.
here.
There's more shit that's happened.
It doesn't matter. You said you got a whole.
Doesn't matter.
All of us have been in housing. We know the fucking structure. You got a whole.
You got a whole apartment. No,
Look looking Claudia right now.
Do you want me to bring my? I'll bring my PlayStation over. Let's get it popping.
Let's trying to play on PlayStation right now, nigga. I'm trying to turn this into the Wrigley Mansion. I want to see ass and titties. Like I'm trying to get my Pop the Friday on. Boom, boom, boom. Just titties and ass. Boom, boom. That's what I need right now, bro. Come on.
Does it make that sound effect when you do it? Like,
I really don't know, but that's what it sounds like.
Okay, girl.
Friday.
Do you make the sound effect during sex?
I do. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't like the sounds coming out of the vagina.
Like
I
the
just
girl,
all right, shut up, bitch.
The girl be like,
Quiet
okay,
the
let's do
vagina.
it, and
It's
then like
fine.
she'll be
Shut up.
bend
Slap
over,
it
and then
down.
like I don't know, she'll be like, she'll be like, are you really? Do you have to make that sound? You'll be like, yes, I do.
I hope people are able to understand anything we've said in the
They don't
past
understand
hour.
This has been a
single
lot.
thing.
Oh shit, man.
Well, what else happened?
everyone's
What else
talking
happened?
at
What else
once.
happened in the story? You said there's more to the story.
You know, Latin got those good clit skills because he's been doing this all day.
Turn that down.
You hear Latin has a girlfriend now.
Well, I know she's
wow.
enjoying the benefits of this.
He actually, ladies and gentlemen, he actually settled down.
But about that though,
No, he did it.
you may have a
Oh,
girlfriend, but she can't take my place on your background on your phone.
But she
We
did.
know that much is true.
She did.
You got my
though.
picture
You
on
just
there though.
I just
You got my
put
picture on there.
Another
You used to
background.
be the lock screen. Now she's the lock screen.
Well, where am I on the phone?
Have you seen his phone?
The background.
Okay.
I have not seen his
You
phone.
should see his phone.
All right,
Yeah, pull it up,
I'm
pull it
gonna
up.
record
He needs
this
to know.
reaction.
He needs to know the truth.
This is the greatest thing.
First of all,
that's
before
ever
he
happened.
shows you his phone, this is the strength of our friendship.
Yeah, well, look at Claudia's.
Of course.
I think I have.
Oh my god.
Why you gotta hit the black man clap too? He was like, yeah.
Okay, now you need to see live.
Oh my
Jesus
god, y'all didn't see the
Christ.
face. Like that
No,
looked like the
we
face
did.
of a
It's,
serial
it's in
killer.
a video.
Like he just murdered
just got
3
it.
people.
But for the podcast though, all right.
What? This is his lock screen first,
That's his girlfriend.
I mean, she's nice. So
and then
show the camera.
here's
Show the.
the background.
God damn it.
Yeah,
They already know what the shit looks
Yeah,
like.
they know.
No,
Alright.
maybe somebody just first came to the. If you're reviewing first, oh my god, this is then
Hey
like
man,
and
all right.
subscribe.
all right. We're gonna have to have a brief segue because I want to know just how serious is this with that woman? Because you got her on your lock screen. I got married, okay, and I'm divorced now. We got 2 kids, and I don't even have pictures of her on Facebook. So I need to know just how
Damn, son.
serious this is, bro.
We just started dating.
He just started. This nigga Latin is pimping the shit out of this bitch right now.
I
She
didn't
likes. She loves
First
that
of
every
all-
time she looks at this nigga's phone. That's
Of
cold
course.
pimping at its finest. Give me some Latin. Air
You
five
know,
one time.
I gotta say, like,
I know.
Did you see my
When you
story?
talk
I know
about it,
because
I
like
told
that's
them.
real. That's real. You see the pictures right
No,
there.
listen to
You
the
can't
rest
put
of
a
the
price
story.
on
You
crazy.
gotta tell.
You got her
You
as
gotta
the
know-
lock screen.
okay,
You know
look,
that
look,
nigga Latin
look,
been been in
look.
it every night since they done got together. Yeah, you like that? You like that lock screen, baby, huh? Yeah.
God.
You know he cold pimping with that. Like I said.
What did I say?
6 years with a woman, and I ain't even posted pictures of her on Facebook. You
God
got likes-
damn, bro.
You some
Here's the
type of-
thing, though. She lets me fuck other bitches.
It's a trap.
Oh,
It's not a
It's
trap.
not a trap.
Shit.
It's not a trap.
Have
Let
you
me show
married
you
that
this.
girl.
Let me show you the fucking proof.
That's what you
Yeah,
call
proof
a
of you fucking
swinger
another bitch on
relation-
your phone. Like, do you have that
I mean,
picture on
but
there?
you
Can I
know
look at that
what-
picture?
From what-
That's a swing.
The hat's got to come off. The hat's
That's a
gotta
swinger
come off.
relationship.
One thing I've learned about relationships is ultimately at the end of the day, like infidelity is based upon honesty. If you are honest about your sexual endeavors, you
So
can't
foolish.
cheat on somebody. You can't. I can't cheat on you if you know I'm fucking another bitch. You literally gave me permission by that point. If you're not gonna stop me from doing it, because I'm sorry, your boss will fire you if he does something. If you do something they don't like. So same thing goes in relationships. I don't want to be in a relationship if I can't have you monogamously, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the stipulation for a monogamous relationship. Me and you are doing this together. So she permitted him to have sex with another woman. That's not cheating. And if she feels like, if y'all might feel like a trap, it might be. She might be like, look, here's all of the bitches you didn't fuck while we was together. Well, then that's her prerogative. But she enabled him to do it, you know? Because ultimately, people can never do more than you allow.
True.
Oh,
It's all about
shit.
consent.
All I gotta say, it's a trap. Look.
Well, enjoy it because, you know, it feels a whole lot better than the bear trap right now. I will tell
Yeah,
you.
right.
Facts.
It got deleted. Fuck.
Have you
Oh.
tested the theory though?
What got deleted? The
Yes,
video?
I tested the theory.
Oh,
She
yeah.
fucking. I basically hit her up. I was like, I'm gonna fuck the homegirl, babe. And she said, all right, just take a shower and come see me.
You should send to the video.
Right after?
Send her
Right
the
after.
video.
Yeah. Send her.
No, like that was one of the perks of it. This is what I mean. I've gotten a
All right,
lot of,
because
like,
you could have been fucking the bitch, and then you could have been recording the bitch don't know, but you're not recording the bitch you're fucking. You're recording your face, and you could be like, oh, and you be like,
towards the end of
and then, like,
the
you send your girlfriend the video, you'd be like, and then like you edit it right in the thing, and you edit it just like it zooms into your face. You're like you're fucking, but you're just,
Dear God.
and then you send that to her,
With the light.
and then like you know like the girl doesn't know the girl ain't fucking, but you look in the camera, I love you, and then you send it to the girl, and she's like, oh baby, you love me, and he's like, yes I do.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Even though I'm fucking this bitch.
I
Think
mean,
about you.
That's why I can do this.
it works. I mean,
This
if
never would have happened without you.
You gonna do it?
if,
You gonna do that
Some real
creepy ass
right
shit?
there. That creepy ass shit.
I mean, if it's consent, you're not
That
cheating
shit's crazy.
on them.
Absolutely.
By the
I had a Skype conversation while I was fucking another bitch in front of my wife. Like shortly before the end of our
Free your
relationship.
wife.
Like it got to the point where we were trying new shit.
Nigga, you were swinging,
let's-
dog?
No, we wasn't swinging.
Yeah, you were
The
swinging.
only thing that was swinging in her was me. Maybe not anymore, but beforehand, I had a one penis
That was-
policy. Mine. I didn't even want boys. That's how serious I was about other
wow.
penises being in that vagina. Yeah, I got 2 girls. That's how
I
you
didn't
know
want
it's
your
real.
boys.
No. The only powder. But yeah, so we was like, let's spice it up, and it was a nice, attractive young lady, and she saw the ring, and she's like, well, you're married, I can't do that. And I said, well, what if I ask my wife? Would you be okay with that? She said, sure. I said, for real? Hey, hey, can I have
Imagine
sex
he
with
was
this
like
woman?
already on the phone. He's like, "Did you hear that?
Let me
Is
put it
this
on speaker.
Yeah.
Cynthia, are you
Put
looking
it
at
on
this?
speaker.
This is my wife. Say hi, Jocelyn. Hi, Cynthia. It's nice to meet you. Can I have sex with her? Can I watch? Shit.
Oh my
The
god.
Skype back. I'm like, I see her play with her pussy. I was like, oh my god, this is why people do it in the first
God
place.
damn.
Wait, is that a
So why
threesome?
not? That,
That's why you get married.
That's
Like,
why.
Yeah, that's
this
why
is
you
why
get
you get
married.
married. You know?
God damn.
Didn't you say you're divorced now?
Unfortunately. she got tired of the one penis policy. What can I say? If one vagina can't satisfy me, I sincerely doubt that one penis can satisfy me. And you know, honestly, with the way she enjoyed the FaceTime, I mean, there's no guarantee that it was even just a one penis and one vagina policy that she was endorsing at that time. She's like, you know, I got to get my 30 days out. I respect that. Go get some dick and some pussy if that's what you need to. This is what we do in our adolescence. We make mistakes.
How old are you?
True that,
I'm
man.
25.
That's not adolescence anymore.
What?
That is adolescence. Like the
Third
adult
nigga
world
ass was way
starts
older
like
than me.
after
Holy
you've
shit.
acquired a good job because you realize you're never gonna be able to do the
Yeah,
things
sure.
that you love to do.
Yeah.
You're
forget
gonna
how
have to be
much
forced to
older
work a 9 to
Claudia
5 to live comfortably until you die.
Yeah.
That's when the adult
God
life
damn.
kicks in. Right now, like I can still have sex with anybody I want and not have to work. Well,
That's
that's a
subtle
lie.
high five.
You really fucking like feel that shit when niggas like comedians like Louis C.K. talk about marriage and shit. I love when comedians talk about marriage because they always be
Definitely.
fucking real with it. They
Facts.
like that shit. It's like it's great, but it's like the worst shit you can do.
It's like watching a baby be born. It's like a unicorn just literally being ripped inside out. Like it's the most majestic and disgusting experience in the world, but you can't get enough of it. Like
Damn.
I'm anxious to get married, but
Are we
I'm
all
like,
just
yo, no, it's not
masters?
happening right now. It's just not
In
happening
this
right
world.
now.
If you want, if you
my God.
want love or you want to love somebody, then yes, love is painful as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially
Who
when you
hurt
use really
you,
long
lad?
strap on.
Nigga, do you need a hug?
Hey, but you know, like
It's real
that's a
shit.
common misnomer. People think that love is just this
Like, it's
polarizing
just
force of awesome.
wonderful.
It's bubble gum and gumdrops, and it shits rainbows everywhere. No, love is the
rainbows.
biggest job next to parenthood that you could ever acquire in life.
I'm waiting for
Like,
him to be like, "Fuck love."
Fuck love. Like,
That's how it
I'll
makes
do
you
it.
feel. And then you have an argument with love and you realize, oh yeah, I love you, love. And that's why you get back, you reconciliate with the people who piss you off the most.
Yeah, I've found that fucking someone that you really care about is the greatest thing ever.
Oh yeah.
It's fantastic.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about yourself?
Face, shoulders,
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
chest.
You fucking yourself, Monty?
We don't love these hoes. You know.
I'm sorry, I haven't found my own vagina yet. But when I do, Claudia, I'll join the club.
Claudia already knows.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Michelle.
We need to wrap up this podcast.
That's why I got 2 kids, because I didn't.
That's his final statement. You have a final statement, Monty?
Are we ever going to finish this story?
Probably next podcast.
Yeah. To continue.
All right.
Claudia, final.
Do Latin first. I'm not
No,
ready.
you
do
have,
Latin first. I'm
you
not.
have to.
Not ready.
Do Latin first. I'm not.
Stop!
Alright.
That's your final statement. You're not going to say anything else unless you say something now. Okay, you don't get it. Latin.
Alright, final statement. Fuck bitches who let you fuck other bitches.
Okay.
Why did he sound like Obama, though?
You
This is what's
lost.
Oh no! No, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Lost
I'm ready.
it.
I just want to say. I just want to say that I'm a lesbian.
Sammy Davis.
And I'm bi.
And no,
And I'm
no.
straight.
This is my moment.
And I'm bi.
This is my moment. I'm a lesbian.
And I'm bi.
I like
I'm a lesbian
rainbows.
too. I love pussy.
Yeah. I eat
I
that
like-
shit all day.
I like vagina a lot.
Yeah.
Same.
And
Everyone in here.
I would
That's
like.
why we going back to the crib on. We going to just invite Max Thoughts, because we getting real thoughts.
I would like one on
Yo,
my
I got
face.
Magnum in my fucking ear right now.
You're done.
She
You're
looks
On
done.
my face.
You're done.
Trans, like.
In and around her mouth.
Claudia.
On my face.
Claudia.
Okay,
You're
final
already
statement.
going.
Yeah,
If Claudia will stop. Claudia.
Can I get a
Claudia.
vagina?
Claudia.
Don't worry about
Claudia.
Claudia. Go.
It's hard not to look at Claudia.
All right, let her do her final statement.
Are you good? Yes, yes, you
Let
are.
that I need pussy rant out.
Oh my
All
god,
right.
it's gone. It's done.
It's
I could
never.
always
It's
sing
never.
in the background for her.
It's-
I like vagina. Yeah, give me.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Shenanigans. You can find it by going to YouTube and typing in Shenanigans. VR without the VR. Our video will be the first one that shows up.
It's always-
It is. That's what it is.
Also, check out all our other YouTube channels. Goddamn, Claudia, we
Stop!
tried. Fuck.
Claudia, you're not going to be in any other podcast from here on out.
We don't have to ban somebody from the fucking
Yeah.
podcast. Holy shit.
A podcast that's called the Shenanigans Podcast.
Shenanigans.
Facts.
But yeah, subscribe to our channel.
Our channel, Shenanigans channel, and our personal channels. And
We'll
we out
talk
this
to you
bitch.
guys next week, or talk at you guys next week.
Subscribe.
Bye.